Good morning and welcome. I'm Dawn Bowerman and I am the owner of DB Hearing Center, and I want to welcome you here today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the different styles of hearing aids, because there are several to choose from after you come in and have your hearing test and you're ready to purchase your hearing aids, and you decide on which technology and manufacturer that you choose. Now we talk about which hearing aid style you're interested in. There are several that go into the ear canal itself. Now I'll show you these today, and then what we're going to do is on the next video we're going to talk a little bit about how these in the canal or in the ear hearing aids are molded. We have one set that actually comes through one of our manufacturers that is what I call a plug and play, and I'll show you that in 1 second. You actually can come into the office, be tested and fitted, and walk out the door with that particular type of hearing aid. It is not. It does not require a mold to be done in the ear and for it to be sent away. It's one standard size, and what we do is we just put a different dome on the end of the earpiece. This one right here is what we consider invisible in the canal. This one would fit very much inside the ear, and it would be not visible too much to anybody looking in the ear. You just see possibly, this little end here, which you see right there. This one is what we consider completely in the canal, or a CIC, and this is just a little bit bigger. And some of the challenges with these two smaller ones is the amount of technology or the shape of your canal, which dictates whether these can be done or not. Many times we send them in and are hoping to get an in the canal, which is invisible in the canal, which is the very small one, or the CIC, and a lot of times the people that manufacture them are unable to do them that small because of the types of technology that you want in the hearing aids. The next one that we have would be this little guy here, and this one is called an ITC, which is in the canal, and it kind of has just a little bigger shell, if you can see the differences there, than these two do. These are very narrow at the end, and this just becomes a little wider. This sometimes can give you the control of volume and different options for programming on your hearing aids if you don't have a cell phone. Many of these are able to be connected to your cell phone through an additional app, which we would go over in the office as well. Then we have, it's kind of a one that's just a little bit bigger that is in the canal, and then we have the half shell and the full shell that go right into the ear. So you can kind of see the variations of the different styles. We have the smallest one, which is this one, which is invisible in the canal. Then we have the CIC, which is completely in the canal. Then we have in the canal half shell, and then the full shell that kind of fills the whole ear. Now, my feeling is, it's a matter of whether you like them or don't like them, how you choose what kind of hearing aid that you have. Many of the manufacturers now can get a lot of the different hearing losses in mostly any of the hearing aids that are out there today. Now, my favorite and the most popular are what we call the RIC, or the receiver in the canal. And again, it's tough to see, but this is the hearing aid itself. This is the receiver. There's a microphone which is on the back side of what I call the little bean. This little bean fits over your ear, and then this wire rides alongside of your ear where you cannot see it. And then this guy fits right inside the ear, and that's where the sound is kind of transmitted into the ear. We'll talk a little bit more in the future about the different style domes and what they do as far as sound quality in your ear. But as far as that RIC, or receiver in the canal, this is kind of what it looks like. This is my ear, and you can see it's behind the ear, and pretty much you can't tell that you have it in once it's in there, and once that wire gets warm and forms to your ear, you don't even notice it. I personally think this is the one that is the most comfortable and that you don't really see inside your ear canal at all. We have a new model which is called the stiletto, or stiletto. I call it the stiletto because it reminds me of a heel. Now this one is really more like an accessory than it is a hearing aid. It's very thin. It fits really nicely behind your ear so you don't even see it. It's comfortable, and if you do wear glasses or anything like that, it's got a lot more room for you to get the glasses on. This is the small charging case that it comes in. It is charged for a weekend, so once you charge this little guy up, it has 2 additional charges, so you don't have to plug it into the wall. If you're going away for a weekend or something like that, it's an excellent. These are really become very popular. I've had a lot of people come in and request these, and a lot of people have decided that it was a much more comfortable hearing aid than they're really used to. That is also a receiver in the canal. Or a RIC. It only comes in a pair, a set. You can't get them separately. They do only come as a set. Most of the rest of them come as just one if you only need one hearing aid. And we'll talk about 1 versus 2 again coming up in some other videos. And finally, this little guy, which probably looks more like a lot of what you are used to seeing, because this pretty much was the style of hearing aids many, many years ago when our grandfathers and fathers wore hearing aids. This is still a very powerful hearing aid. This is the BTE, where all the components are housed in this part of the hearing aid, and then it is either done with a power BTE or a regular BTE that would be designed to have either what's called a slim tube, which will use regular domes on the end, or we can have custom fit molds created into domes for you that fit into the canal perfectly. They would be the shape of your actual ear canal. And then the tubes, which would be cut and fit and kind of put on the end of these. And again, these are very powerful for people to use if they have a profound or severe hearing loss, or really having trouble with speech clarity and understanding. So those are the various styles of hearing aids. Again, it's not as simple as just going online and buying an amplification device for your hearing. A lot goes into it, a lot of conversations. We do demos here. I have what's called a try it, love it, buy it, or you can return it, no obligation. It's a 14-day free trial. You also have, by law in New York State, 45 days after you purchase a hearing aid that you can make changes or return the hearing aid. So there's a lot of things out there to protect the consumer now and to help you with that decision of purchasing a hearing aid. But again, at DB Hearing, where we really want to improve the quality of your life, we let you try the hearing aids for 14 days or more. We try to make sure that you have something like an event coming up so you can really get the full value of what your hearing aid does. We go over the different programs, technologies, manufacturers. I do make recommendations, but again, a lot of it is subjected to what you're comfortable with. So we help you every step of the way. I look forward to hearing from you. My name is Dawn Bowerman. I am the owner of DB Hearing Center here in Lancaster, New York at 27 Fernwood Drive. My number is 716-800-5440. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.